So about almost 3 years ago, I talked to my father for the first time in quite some time at that point in my life. And we'd been chatting, we'd been getting along pretty well. And at this point in my life, I was pretty much 100% an atheist who wanted nothing to do with God or Jesus or anything like that. And I just lived completely for my own desire and for my own purpose and for my own carnal lusts. The reason why I'm pausing so much in all this is because I'm just thinking about how horrible of a person I truly was before this moment. When I was 17 years old, I was absolutely the worst version of myself that you could have imagined. I was involved in several bad things. I was involved in occultism. I was involved with pain pills. I was also involved with several other massive issues I will not be going into for personal reasons. And I was also just a completely devoted, hateful, spiteful, greedy, disgusting degenerate who cared about nothing other than himself. And I despise that person. There's so many times I wish I could just look that kid in the eye and just say, "What are you doing?" And the thing is, I was the most hateful to the people that were helping me the most, especially my parents. Sure, they had their problems themselves, but man, I was completely out of control and just this disgusting individual that I can't even believe that I once was. Now, to be fair, I had a lot of issues going on in my life there. My best friend had recently died. School life was horrible for me. My home life was not any better. And the only way for me to cope with these issues was through very disturbing means of release. And at this point, I had already basically decided, yeah, I was an atheist. I think I officially said that I was an atheist when I was about 14. And steadily after that, my life slowly started to deteriorate. Because I was raised in somewhat of a semi-Christian home, I guess you could say. I mean, not really, but somewhat. There was still a level, I guess you could say, of Gnosticism, of respect for a higher power, if whatever you want to call that. But it wasn't Christianity by any means necessary. It was just there's something out there, which that's not really a lot to really go on. Anyways, I'm beating around the bush. I think this just really shows the level of brokenness. I mean, we're seeing it throughout the world right now, especially here in the West, where we've just been tossing our Bibles in the trash and replacing them with condoms and birth control, basically. It just shows you that the level of depravity that we've reached because we've completely rejected God, and our society is just slowly decaying into ruin and absolute heathenism because we're allowing it to happen and we're fully aware of what's happening. Now, even if you say you still don't believe in God, that's fine. I'm not going to judge you for it. But think about where our society has gone from the last 20 years. Think about how much our society has changed in the last 5. How much and how sick we are now. Do you honestly believe that, let's just say hypothetically for this situation's sake, that there is a God? Do you think rejecting Him is going to make these situations in our society worse? And in your own life personally, do you think they're going to make it worse, or do you think it's going to make it better? Just think about that for a moment. I'm not going to get in debate with people today about God's existence, because He is real, and I will get into a full-on discussion and debate about that in the near future, but not today. I just want to explain to you the level of brokenness that we are without God, because we will do everything and anything to fill the emptiness in our hearts when the only thing that can fill it is God.